We're here with my artist friend Egle Otto and her mother and her sister Erika, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Erika!
Thank you very much. Birthday!
Today I'd like to show you some paintings of my artist friend Egle Otto, who is here in her atelier.
Hi, hello. Behind the painting, because there is some kind of information. See? There are my heroes.
Welcome to Café Maloo number 5, and I'm sitting here on my terrace, sunny, a little cold, but very nice day. So let's just start with Brian. Brian, you say I'm very new to songwriting and I'm trying my hand out at the art. Writing a song is not entirely the same as writing poetry, as I have learned. When I was in junior high and high school, I enjoyed writing short stories. The idea of possibly writing a song based on one of my old short stories was something I discussed with my guitar teacher. Have you ever based a song on a piece of literature before? I rather connect to my own source of imagination, something I have learned very early as an only child. If I'm inspired by the work of others, it's not conscious, but it could be, of course. Movies always inspire me. Though Narcissus and Goldmund or Death and the Lover by Hermann Hesse is telling my life, but I guess also the life of many other artists. A little bit of Goethe's Faust number 2 is in Devil's Ball, and the video is a tribute to Jean Cocteau, his film Le Sang d'un Poète, The Blood of a Poet. So it could well be that literature is much more a source of inspiration than I thought. Lorna, name a favorite place in the world, least favorite place, and somewhere that you have not been yet and want to go. One of my favorite places in the world is a small town in the north of Sicily. It's called Cefalù. It's magical and almost unbearably beautiful, especially end of season when I was there years ago. And my least favorite place is maybe Roquetas de Mar in the south of Spain. I went there with my whole family for the first and last all-inclusive vacation. Horrible place. And where do I want to go? And Asia. I've never been to Asia. Never been east of Athens. Yeah. Yeah, no, never been there. Michelle, um, after your book is published and a movie producer decides a biopic is in order, what actor, Hollywood or international, do you feel would be best portraying Kurt Maloo? Um, that's not easy. I mean, I don't know a lot of new actors. I've seen Shia LaBeouf. That could be possible, or Paris Aerosmith, maybe. I don't know. Lee Seaman, before writing a song, do you have an inclination to write music before lyrics or vice versa? I write sort of parallel, music and lyrics separately, although when I write music I very quickly generate an image or a working title for the harmonies and melodies. I might change it later, but it helps me to define the mood and dive into it. So I do both. John Michael Fink, Kurt, what music do you listen to nowadays? I answered that before, actually, in an earlier Café Maloo, but right now, as I said, old Shalimar, I like that band, great band, and new and not so new Frank Ocean. Christian Krummel, do you know how often Captain of Heart is played in radio on an average all over the world? No, but for sure more than 100 times, I guess. Javier Moreno, back in '84, what artists or bands did you consider as doubles rivals or competitors? I mean, back in Europe, what bands that were competing with double for the top of the charts were the ones you liked, disliked, were overrated, were afraid of? I wasn't afraid of anybody. Well, a little bit I was afraid of Modern Talking because they were so horrible. And we had to live here with them in Europe because they dominated the charts. It's tough enough. But they were in another territory of taste, I guess. And the Queen at the time was Sade and still is somehow. She, fortunately, was very tasteful. And then I liked bands like Talk Talk and Prefab Sprout that we played together with in concerts. In Italy, we made it only to number 2 because Sting played at the San Remo Festival together with us. His song Russians Love Their Children Too, and he was number 1 and blocked the number 1. But I could live with that. Nice song. And last but not least, Armando, if you had to move to the United States, relocate, what state, city, or part of the country would you and your family move to? There I have to say my children wouldn't move with me anyway, since they have their own lives now. My son lives in Berlin and my daughter has her friends here in Hamburg. But imagining me moving to the US, New York would be the first choice, since I'm European and New York is sort of Europe. But I could live anywhere if the people around me are close to my heart. Okay. And thanks for tuning in. Until the next time.